Greetings, Eyenie here. Yes, I'm in old times. That's why my video's like this. Okay. AKA technicolorpriestess. And as usual, I feel inspired to talk about what's going on, what's been going on recently with my clients, with just around Facebook town. So I really wanted to share with you, and this is a fucking really big one actually. This is such a big one. So one thing that that has been coming up a lot is this notion that, okay, so there are many brilliant experts out there, right? So many brilliant experts to help entrepreneurs with a variety of things, or to help people, right, for a variety of things. There are amazing systems and formulas and strategies in place that are brilliant and that help people in so many ways, right? Now, here's the thing though. So what I'm seeing is two things. One, formulas that you know, clients or, you know, people that are around trying to fit themselves, stuff themselves in a formula for their style, right? Because there are many style systems and yeah, sort of archetypes that different, you know, stylists or entrepreneurs have come up with. And then, you know, once you understand that style, you're supposed to be, you know, fully committed to it, and everything else must go because you are that archetype and that is it, right? And then there's this other side about the business part of it, right? So this is how you do business because this worked for a really high up person who's, you know, whatever, making a shit ton of money, or it worked for your coach or whoever, right? And so now I must do my business, I must run my business in this exact same formatted way. Otherwise, like shit, I'm gonna be reprimanded, I'm gonna be scolded, I'm gonna be told that I'm wrong, I'm gonna be ostracized, right? Because, so what both of these are saying, right, whether it's about your personal style and how you show up, or how you do business, right, what you're essentially saying is someone else outside of me knows more about me and is the expert about me, so I'm just going to defer to them and do as they tell me to do. And if I want to do something different, or if something doesn't feel quite right, hi whoever's watching, even if it doesn't feel quite right, I'm just going to always defer to them and make myself wrong because they're clearly the expert, right? They're the one who came up with the system or formula. They're the one who came up with these archetypes. And so, you know, they must know better than me. And so we give over our power, right? And we shut off our intuition, our inner knowing, right? And we follow along and we try to force ourselves into this box, right? Like whatever, I'm gonna just use the style example, right? I am this archetype. I was told I was this archetype. I'm gonna clear out my closet with everything that is not part of this archetype. And I'm gonna commit to it because this person, based on their system, told me that that's what I am. So who am I to argue with that, right? That's the expert. So I'm just gonna go full throttle and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna push myself. Hi, Adriana. I'm gonna push myself and I'm gonna force myself to stay in this box because essentially it's a box, right? And I'm gonna do everything I can, like any parts that are spilling out, any parts that don't quite fit, I'm gonna like contort and I'm going to like do everything I can to stuff my fucking self in that box, right? And if I'm not feeling it, it's because there's something wrong with me and not that person. Or not the system, right? I'm not saying that there's something wrong with the system, right? I'm making something wrong with me instead of seeing that this just isn't my way. You see that? So I keep seeing that in fact, like a majority of the people who come to me, it's to undo this notion that they must follow this system of how they're dressing or how they're doing business, right? This system that has worked for other people, but that isn't quite working for them because at the end of the day, you cannot be boiled down to one category. You just cannot be fucking boiled down to one category. Yay, hi, lovely. It is impossible. You are way too complex. You are way too full of fucking contradictions. You are a walking contradiction. In fact, you are so complex. You are so multi-layered. You are so multifaceted. You are so just textured and rich that it is fucking impossible to put you into a box with how you dress. It is fucking impossible to put your business into a box and try to plug and chug that shit and just say, okay, this worked for that person, it's gonna work for me, right? Because though it may it might help you for a while, right? And kind of get you on track and, you know, whether it's with your style or your business, you're like, okay, you know what? This formula or this system, it's helping me. I'm discovering something. I feel nurtured. I'm learning shit. Maybe I'm making money, right? But in the long run, it is not fucking sustainable, because essentially if you keep trying to fit yourself into that box, there is nothing elastic about a box, right? Nothing is elastic about a box. And if you are going to continue growing and expanding, and if you want to actually fucking enjoy being you, if you want to be madly in love and with yourself, if you want to be dazzled by yourself, if you want to be dazzled by your business, and you want it to also be elastic and continue expanding, you cannot just keep doing things in that very same plug and chug way that you're trying to make yourself do them in. You see that? So I have to say, a lot of this, the work that people come to me for is like that permission, right? So I'm giving it to you here today. If you feel like you need permission to do things differently, you need permission to go outside of that fucking box and do things how you want to do them, no matter what anyone says, I'm giving you fucking full permission. Why? Because the only expert on you is you. The only authority on your fuck yeah and what is totally in alignment for you is you. Can I get some emojis if you're feeling this? Right? Amen. Thank you. You get it. Okay, you are the only expert. So let's stop fucking like handing over. Here's my power. There you go, sir. There you go, ma'am. And also take my money. And now tell me what to do next. And I'll just stay like this, right? Like, give me a fucking break. You are way too magical for that shit. Okay? Way too magical. And in fact, even with my system, people could be like, oh, but you're trying to like, you know, put me in a box with one element. No way, Jose, no way, anything. Nope. What we're doing with your elements, right? What your elements actually do, they are the openers of the portal, right? So your two elements carry information and codes, right? And characteristics and a general spirit and a consciousness. They carry consciousness, right? And then they come together and they're the two pillars that open the portal to your unique, distinct, inimitable, like it's not able to be reproduced energy, your energetic imprint, which is your essence, right? No one else can have your essence. It's impossible because it belongs to you and you alone, right? So your two elements open that portal and get you through to the essence, the very core of who you are. And when you know that, right, it gets to grow and evolve with you. There is no box. There is no box. These two, they're designed to set you free. You will never, ever, ever hear me telling somebody, oh, you like that? I'm sorry, that's for like water, not for like air. So you're going to have to like get rid of it. You're going to have to put that back. Fuck that, right? Who am I to say what feels like a fuck yeah to someone? If I'm not you, and who is anyone else to say what my fuck yeah is, right? So I'm just putting you on high alert here that if you're trying to follow something like a formula, whether it's how you dress or how you're doing business, right? If you're trying to follow a formula and you think that it's going to get you the empire and the happiness and the bigness that you be, I'm going to just tell you right now that it's not going to happen, because a box can only allow you to go so big, right? So if you're trying to stuff yourself into it, if you're doing everything you can to bring in those messy parts that keep trying to like pass the lines, right? To go outside of the lines, it's not going to work. All your efforting is going to go toward keeping yourself in that box. And that space, right? The ability to amplify and to be elastic and expand is oh so limited, darling, right? And just again, there is not one archetype that can fucking define you. It can give you information. It can be a good roadmap. It can get you going, right? Or a formula. You're like, okay, I'm going to stick to this formula for 3 months to get going, to learn about myself, to fucking make some money. And then after that, you are the boss. You have full fucking permission to go and do it your way, darling. Okay? Full fucking permission. Hi! To go and do it your way after that, right? And if sometimes the whatever it is that you're following, the formula, it feels like a fuck yeah to see it through and to go for it to a certain point, do that. But ultimately, I just want you to remember that you are the authority on you. You are the only person who could possibly ever know what your fuck yeah feels like. So trust the fuck out of it. Trust the fuck out of it, because that will never steer you in the wrong direction. That will always guide you and take you to your biggest, most iconic self. All right, darlings. Yay! And I have one more spot for Glow the Fuck Up and create your iconic wardrobe from scratch. So if you want to start like building this muscle of trusting your fuck yeah, starting to color outside the lines, push outside the box, and do things in your fucking way. Aw, thank you, lovely. Yay! Then come and join it. Come and get a taste, right? Come get a taste of what it's like to break all the rules, to deprogram all the fucking programming and like formatting that you've received, all the conditioning, right? Let's get rid of that and see who you really are, right? Let's clear that, let's like get rid of the muck and see who emerges when there are no rules except for your fuck yeah. Oh my God. Screw the box and open the portal, Adriana. Yes. Mic drop on that. All right, thanks for stopping by, darlings. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And I shall see you soon. And I'll put the link for Glow the Fuck Up in the comments right now.